Ever wondered how some people seem to get so much done in a day while you're left wondering where the time went? Well, the secret isn't about having more hours in the day. It's about making the hours you do have count. This is where the concept of productivity and time management steps in. Picture productivity as an art, a science, a way of weaving structure into the fabric of your day to ensure that not a moment is wasted. And time management? That's the magic wand that takes each second and stretches it out, filling it with purpose and achievement. Now imagine combining these two powerful tools. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. It's a book. Getting Things Done by David Allen, to be precise. A tome that has transformed the lives of many, turning the dream of productivity and efficient time management into a tangible reality. So, buckle up as we dive deep into the principles of this life-changing book. The heart of Getting Things Done lies in its 5 stages of mastering workflow. So let's dive into these 5 stages and see how they can transform your productivity game. First up is capture. This stage is all about collecting what has your attention. It's the scribbles on post-it notes, the reminders on your phone, the emails in your inbox. Anything that comes to mind, you jot it down. Capture it so it doesn't escape your attention. Remember, your brain is a thinking tool, not a storage device. Next is clarify. This is where you process what you've captured. You ask, what's the next action? If it's not actionable, you either toss it, incubate it for potential future action, or file it as reference. If it is actionable, you decide the next step. It's like being your own personal detective, sifting through clues and deciding what's worth pursuing. The third stage is organize. You've defined your work. Now it's time to keep it organized. Group related actions into projects. Keep a separate list for tasks that require less than 2 minutes to complete, those that need to be delegated, and those that need to be scheduled. In essence, you're creating a map of your commitments to guide you. The fourth stage is reflect. This is where you review and update your system. Frequent reviews keep you aligned with your goals and responsibilities. It's like stepping back and looking at the big picture, ensuring you're not lost in the details. Finally, the fifth stage is engage. Armed with a clear mind and a well-organized system, you're ready to get things done. You choose your actions based on your context, time available, energy levels, and priorities. It's about making informed choices about what to do at any given moment. These stages form the backbone of Allen's productivity method, but how do they work in practice? Well, that's what we're going to explore next, so stick around. The first stage, capture, is all about gathering what has your attention. Now, this might seem like a simple task, but let's not underestimate the power of capturing. It's like the net that gathers all the butterflies of tasks, ideas, and commitments fluttering around in your mind. We're not just talking about work tasks here, but anything and everything that demands your attention. It could be that broken bulb in the hallway or the promise to bake cookies for your kid's school fair. The point is to catch these butterflies before they flutter away into oblivion. Now, how do we do this? Well, there are a myriad of tools at your disposal. Traditionalists might prefer a good old pen and paper, while tech savvies may lean towards digital apps. Choose what works best for you, and remember, the goal isn't to create a masterpiece, but to create a comprehensive list. Remember, the aim is to get everything out of your head and into a trusted system. Scene script. Once you've captured everything, it's time to clarify, organize, and reflect. Imagine you're an archaeologist. You've just unearthed a trove of ancient artifacts. Now, what do? You don't just leave them in a heap. You sort, categorize, and interpret them. The same principle applies to your tasks. After capturing them, you need to sift through the pile and make sense of it all. Let's start with clarifying. This is where you take your captured tasks and ask yourself, what is this? Is it actionable? If yes, what's the next step? If not, does it belong to a someday maybe list, or should it be discarded? This process will help you understand your tasks better and decide what needs to be done with them. You're the archaeologist and your tasks are the artifacts. You need to know what each one is before you can decide where it belongs. Now, on to organizing. This is where you give each clarified task a home. If it's an actionable task, it goes into your to-do list, project list, or calendar. If it's a reference material, it goes into your filing system. If it's a someday, maybe task, it goes into that particular list. The key here is to have a place for everything and to put everything in its place. You don't want to end up with a pile of artifacts scattered all over your workspace, do you? But wait, we're not done yet. After clarifying and organizing, we need to reflect. This is where you regularly review your system to ensure it's working for you. You might need to adjust some tasks, move others, or even discard some. It's like a periodic checkup for your system to ensure it's in good health. You're not just an archaeologist now, you're also a curator, making sure your collection is in top shape. Reflection also involves looking at your tasks from a higher perspective. Are you focusing on the right things? Are you making progress towards your goals? Are there tasks that no longer serve you? By reflecting on these questions, you ensure that your system is not just organized, but also aligned with your objectives. Remember, the goal here is not to have a perfect system. The goal is to have a system that works for you. A system that helps you get things done. A system that, like a well-curated museum, showcases your priorities, values, and goals. So there you have it. Clarify, organize, reflect. 3 simple steps that can transform your pile of tasks into a well-oiled productivity machine. Don't be daunted by the process. It might seem like a lot, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. And the results? They're worth every bit of effort. With your tasks clarified, organized, and reflected upon, you're ready to get things done. Now let's talk about the final stage. Engage. Engage. It's a word that's all about action, about doing. In the context of productivity, this is where the rubber meets the road, where all your planning, organizing, and reflecting transforms into tangible results. But how do you decide what to engage with? That's where David Allen's brilliant 2-minute rule comes into play. The 2-minute rule is the cherry on top of the productivity sundae. It's as simple as it sounds. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. No delays, no excuses. This could be anything from sending a quick email to jotting down an important note to picking that piece of lint off your sweater. If it's a 2-minute task, get it done. Now. Why is this rule so powerful? Well, think about it. How many times have you put off a small task, only to have it snowball into a major headache later? The 2-minute rule helps you nip these potential problems in the bud, freeing up your mental space for more important tasks. But the 2-minute rule isn't just about knocking out quick tasks, it's also about inertia. Getting started is often the hardest part of any task. So when you knock out a few 2-minute tasks, you're building momentum, you're warming up your productivity muscles, and before you know it, you're in the zone, cruising through your to-do list like a productivity ninja. Of course, the 2-minute rule isn't a magic bullet. It won't make your big, complex tasks disappear, but it will help you manage your time more effectively, reduce your stress levels, and ultimately get more done. It's a simple strategy, but one that can have a profound impact on your productivity. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. A simple yet powerful rule. And with that, you're one step closer to mastering the art of getting things done. So, what can you take away from getting things done? Well, let's do a quick recap. We've journeyed through the 5 stages of mastering workflow, starting with capturing all those tasks swirling around in your head. Then we moved on to clarifying what each task means, organizing them in a system you can trust, reflecting on your commitments, and finally engaging with your tasks using the 2-minute rule. The beauty of this method lies in its practicality. It's not about having a fancy planner or the latest productivity app. It's about having a reliable system to manage your tasks and freeing up your mind to focus on what really matters. And remember, this isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. Feel free to tweak and tailor the method to suit your unique needs and lifestyle. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. Now go get things done.